Hello, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to episode 3 of this zombie apocalypse series. Now, I want to say thank you for all the support that I've been getting through this series. This episode is only 10 minutes long, and that is because I wanted to try and get this out before the year is up. I did originally want 5 episodes out before January, but 3 will have to do. But I want to say thank you. And as always, like, subscribe, and enjoy the rest of the video. I'll try and make it as entertaining for a short period, but I feel this is the best way to get the videos out in a more consistent fashion. But again, hope you enjoy. My first plan of action today was to try and reinforce the column that we built in the last episode. I wanted to put stone going around the edges. I have to start thinking about the times when the zombie's going to start breaking in, or if I leave the door open, I need a backup plan. I then broke a load of layers, so I broke 3 layers of wood and replaced them with these stone bricks. I wanted to ideally use the stone bricks throughout the whole build, but I've done 3 layers at the moment. Down the line, I'm guessing I'm going to have to try and extend this, because at the top where I want to put the lava, so ideally I want lava coming down, so when they start coming up the stairs, there's a defense mechanism for it. I've put these stone steps here just to try and not catch too much on fire. If it does catch fire, I don't want the top layer catching fire. I can always rebuild the bottom one out of the stone itself. I did have to replace these slabs at the top just so it doesn't catch them on fire. I also put a block going down, so once it hits past this concrete, it then spreads out over the stairs, which then should slow them down enough to stop coming up the stairs themselves. I'm hoping this works, but as you can see, it took me a while. There is another blood moon. I put glass here just so I can see around going down the stairs as well. I wanted to get a unlimited water supply, because it gets to the point where I just won't be able to go down there anymore, even throughout the day, and I need to be able to survive up here or try and grow things to stay up here as long as possible. I ended up putting a trap door there as well, because my stupid ass would fall down at any given moment whatsoever. So this was the point where I realised I needed to start growing some sugarcane, because I do need to start enchanting, and this is the only way that I can consistently get up here and grow paper. I do need to somehow try and get cows up here to breed, so I've got leather for the books. But again, this is my plan B. I put the lava there, I've got the trapdoor there, so if shit does hit the fan, I can just open that, place the lava and run. I did do a bug out box over here. I put a load of items that I would need if I was to just run. If my inventory ain't full, I'll just go here, break the chest, jump down and run. That's only when it gets too bad. I ended up putting some carrots and food. I even put a boat in there as well to make sure I've got the full advantage, because once they start breaking blocks down, I am going to have to make sure I've got a way out of here. Now, I did start running downstairs to see how loud the zombies are, and listen to this. It sounds like they're trying to break their way in. When I did come back up to it, I noticed that my water had frozen up around the sugarcane, and I had no idea why that block stayed. So I then realised that it's because these spruce lamps, they're keeping the water not frozen up. So I then had to adjust it. I put dirt here just to separate them all through. I broke some blocks and they never actually broke again, so that I was pretty chuffed about. Finished replanting the sugarcane, made sure that all the water was still in liquid form. I, for some reason, got a bucket of water and I don't know why. So at this point I'm just messing around with the zombies. I think it's because I'm bored, because it is a blood moon. I can't really do much. There's not really much. So I'm guessing I stopped at this point. No, I did not. I got a bucket of lava again, and to cure my boredom, I then started putting lava down, which didn't help because I ended up leaving a cobblestone tower. At this point, I wanted to make a note block. For some reason, I ended up making a jukebox, and it weren't until I actually made it that I realised my mistake. There's no point because I don't have any discs. It won't play any music. If I do find one though, I've got it. That's how you make a note block. You use redstone instead of a diamond. I don't know why I decided to waste a diamond on that, but hey ho, it happened. I ended up getting my note block and I used it down the line. I wanted to make a redstone repeater, so I ended up harvesting my carrots, getting my food because I knew at some point I'll need to go mining. I've run out of stones. But I did start making these iron bars and chopping down some trees because I wanted to get those barbed wire fences. As you can see, spruce wired fence, they help a lot against zombies. They don't actually go through the fences. They take a little bit of damage, they sort of walk away from it. So I then started cutting more trees to make more of these. I wanted to surround the bottom of the base with these to try and slow them down to an extent. Started doing the big trees again, knew it was going to be time that I needed to get more wood, and I needed to get a lot more wood. Lovely view from up here. But I ended up getting this tree knocked down, and I think I made maybe 2 stacks of those fences in total. Obviously with that in check, so I jumped down and I went and get some lava and obsidian. Now the reason I randomly went off and done this is because, thinking of the barbed wire, I've not got any enchants yet, so I'm still rocking the basic iron armor. So I then went here, got some lava for defense. I also got some obsidian as well. Now if you notice, you will randomly hear a noise just come up, and I don't know where it come from. You can hear it there. It's a noise from a zombie, 2 of them actually. So I fought these off and thought, if they're spawning in the day like this now, I'm going to grab the rest of my obsidian that I need, and I am just going to go running back to my base. I don't need that type of problem in my life whatsoever. When I was collecting the bones and the arrows though, I did notice a sound of a few zombies sort of stuck in a hole down here. So I ended up just leaving them anyway and thought this is a perfect opportunity to start putting my wired fences around and give them a little test out. So I put them round my door. I believe I've done these 2 thick and high as well, just to make sure that zombies couldn't sneak their way through, or they really thought about what they were going to be doing. So I done them too high, too thick. There you go. They ain't going through that even if they tried, so at least it would do some sort of damage and defenses. But as I was putting the torches down, the blood moon come up, and I thought this is a perfect opportunity to see if any of them actually make it to my door. So as you can see up here, I decided to finally make my enchanting table. I wanted to get that out of the way so I don't forget it and waste the diamonds for no apparent reason. But I did end up making the enchantment table. I've got plenty of lapis so I can enchant. I then wanted to go downstairs to make sure the wired fences are actually working and not just something for show. Which, as you can see, they're working. They're not coming up to the windows no more, or the door. When I went back upstairs, I found this greatsword. Takes a lot of iron, but I mean 10 hearts of damage, it's got to be worth it. I did have a look at a long sword. It's not really that good, so I went back to the greatsword and made that just so I've got a nice good weapon. I went back down to the bottom round the back of the tower and gave the sword a little test. Now while I was here, I noticed my XP going up a lot and I could see a lot of loot there. So while I was grinding away at this, getting the XP, getting as much loot as possible, it gave me an idea. So I sealed that up, went back upstairs and managed to wait for them to despawn and kill a load of them. Done the barbed wire around the back to then see if that worked, just to make sure it wasn't a fluke around the front. So I put the barbed wire going around the back and the sides. I also lit up the entire area to try and slow down the spawning rate. On my way back up the tower now, back to my base, I went and finally enchanted all my armour. I even done my sword and I done my pickaxe, I believe, which was again handy because I need as much as I can. With no chests. No, not sorry, chests. Bookshelves. It was protection 1, pretty much not everything, obviously, bar the sharpness 1 and the efficiency 1 on those 2 tools. I'm going to wrap the video up here. I'm going to get you all ready to watch the next one. So this is episode 3. So I will be making episode 4 right after this editing. I want to thank you all for joining. What do you want to see in the next video? So I want you to leave it down in the comments. Obviously, as always, like, subscribe and share. Turn on the notification bell. But I do want the comment section to be filled with ideas that I can do for the next few videos. So if you've got any ideas, or if you know how the sulfur ore works, which I'm still struggling to find out, then you can drop that in the comments below. I'll be happy to include that in the next videos to learn constantly with you. Like I said, it's not 100 days, but it is for as long as possible, and I'm happy that you can join. Anyway, like, subscribe, share, and I will see you in the next video, which should be in a few days.